All right. Michigan State, slow start, 0-3 in the Big Ten, but they won 11 straight games at home against unranked opponents. But Purdue with Coach Painter, they're not like a typical 7-5 team. They're going to be hard to get rid of. And Williams with 26-9, and Purdue gets a victory. This conference is brutal.
You're a Big Ten homer.
Tonight, Purdue on the road yet again. The third straight game where the Boilermakers head into unfriendly territory. And for the third straight time, Purdue faces a team ranked in the top 25. As tonight, the Purdue Boilermakers head to East Lansing in the Breslin Center to take on 23rd ranked Michigan State, the Spartans.
It's the same thing. I just keep saying it. If we flipped it, they started different people, I'd say the same. Okay, Rocket Watson's going to come in. Don't let him get into a rhythm. All right, be into it, make it difficult for him every single time. They bring in all those big dudes, box them out, don't let them get rebounds. Have resistance in the post. It's all going to be the same thing across the board. Push the ball offensively. You get long rebounds. You get turnovers. Push that basketball. Okay? Push that basketball and look for advantages. All right, let's be hooked up, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, they win the tip to the Michigan State Spartans. Purdue opens up in its man-to-man half-court defense, and we are officially underway. 17-footer straight away for Joshua Langford. Just like that, it's 2-0 Michigan State.
They were pretty good on the defensive end in the first half. Our inability to make a shot, made it really hard at times. Made it really hard.
This is now a 13-0 run, and the Boilermakers just ending now a 7-minute and 38-second scoring drought with that three.
Why were the points so hard to come by there in the first half?
More screening. We let them knock us off of a lot of our plays, especially our wing and the guards.
Halftime at the Breslin Center. The score, Michigan State 31, Purdue 16.
At halftime we came in and it was kind of a familiar experience. We've been on the road a couple times down at half and we didn't end up coming back. So we just kind of talked about that and how it felt and what we needed to do at Michigan State to be able to have a better second half and come back and win the game.
Williams on Kithier. That's a mismatch, and he'll take advantage. Count it, and a foul.
You see exactly what Matt Painter's trying to do this half already, down low.
We talked at halftime one-on-one. I just kind of told him, you know what time it is. You're our guy, so this is your time to be our guy. And he just stepped into the plate for sure.
Over Bingham, counted and a foul. That was huge. The lead, though, down to 5. 8 minutes gone by. All things considered, Donnie, you got to be really pumped if you're a Purdue fan.
It's Purdue basketball.
Then we were down 15, so you don't get that back in one possession in any game. We knew we had to slowly chip away, and that's what the coaches mentioned also.
You got so many turnovers in the second half. Did something click more defensively in the second half?
No, we're just trying to keep him out of the paint. We're trying to keep him out of transition and keep him off the glass and just make him score overs to the best of our ability. Just make it hard, make it difficult.
Jogging the ball slowly up over the timeline here. To Mason Gillis, lobbing it down low, and here's another foul. Hauser once again fouling on the entry pass.
He has no shot to defend Trevion Williams.
Yeah, and so we now see the game plan. If the ball's getting lobbed into Trevion, he's just going to foul him on the catch. You're not even going to give him a chance to shoot it and make Trevion earn him at the free throw line. He makes the first free throw.
What did it mean to have the performance you had at the free throw line tonight in these situations where you had to keep your team within a one possession game?
It was huge. I shoot free throws every day, before or after practice. It's something I work on, so you get what you put in. So I've been putting in work, shooting a lot of free throws every day.
Michigan State 51, Purdue 50 with 1:20 to go in the game, and Michigan State takes a timeout.
I think that was a big turning point for us up in Michigan. We were able to really come together coming out of half and stay positive throughout it all. And then things started going well in the second half, and everybody was just meshing even more. Trey had a great game, and then everybody else did their part to help win the game.
So now you're looking at a 54-52 score. Jaden Ivey subs in for Purdue. Purdue's in the full court pressure here, obviously. Michigan State better hurry. Malik Hall barely got it in time, and it's out of bounds. Out of bounds, last touch by Michigan State. Tom Izzo can't believe it.
because they started turning the ball over. And how much do you think your defense played a role in?
Yeah, I mean, I just turned up my intensity, but I knew I had to switch it into another gear.
He's trying to sell this as a foul, which I don't look.
No.
I understand what he was trying to do, but
trying to throw it in, lobs for Trevion. He caught it, lost it, got it back, and they fouled him. So Trevion at the line with 2 free throws, Purdue trailing 54-52. Trevion is 8 of 11 from the free throw line tonight. The first one good. He's 9 of 12, and Purdue trails by 1. Zach Edey set to come in if Purdue, well, let's see. Yes, Edey will come in for rebounding purposes. That way, if this is a miss.
It was a great coaching decision. I didn't really expect it. But yeah, he just sent me in the game to get a rebound. Tried to make sure, told me don't foul, don't do anything stupid. So I made sure when I was running up, I had my hands up, ran in to get the ball, I tipped it out, and then Mason made a play on the ball. To start the kind of possession, Trey shot the free throw, and then Zach went middle and I went baseline. So it kind of took me out of the play because of where the ball bounced, to bounce back kind of to the free throw line where Zach was going. Luckily, he's big enough to be able to get his hands on the ball and knock it loose so that Michigan State wasn't able to get a clean catch and be able to go down the court with it. And I really didn't even see the ball. Like, after he hit it, I kind of saw it go through a couple players' legs on the ground, and I saw Joey dive on it. So I'm like, I have to go for it. I can't just let him be the only one on the ground. I can't really explain the thought process of it, because the thought process comes way before, in practice, weeks before, just training yourself to always dive on the ball, always box out. And like you mentioned, with the make and miss and mentality of going to get the ball, whenever we're on the free throw line, we're kind of always expecting a miss, because if you're expecting a make, you're not ready. So when you're expecting a miss, you're ready down in the stance and knowing what you're supposed to do.
It's Purdue's ball with 6.4 to play. Eric Hunter Jr. will be the inbounder. Trevion Williams is positioned right in front of the rim. Stefanovic is in the right corner. Mason Gillis at the top of the key. Brandon Newman in the left corner.
I'm surprised they're leaving an undersized player to guard Trevion.
Hunter to inbound. Setting a couple of screens of the Boilermakers. Into Trevion. He'll catch and shoot. He made it! He made it! He made it! Shot. 4 seconds on the clock.
They're not trying to let us get open. We're trying to get open. And then Trey just kind of popped loose. Whenever we always joke about him having a great floater, and Eric and I was talking after the game, whenever I saw him kind of hop into it and let it go, I knew it was good.
There he is, right on cue. Nothing but nylon for Trevion. State down 1. Henry end to end. Off the front.
The guy gets around Eric a little bit, so you have to kind of slide over and help.
So I called the switch, and I just played the best defense I could without fouling.
It's Purdue's ball with 6.4 to play. Hunter to inbound. Setting a couple of screens of the Boilermakers. Into Trevion. He'll catch and shoot. He made it! He made it! He made it!
Shot.
4 seconds on the clock. Michigan State racing to the other end. 3 seconds. Here's a shot at the buzzer. No good! No good! Purdue wins! Purdue wins!
What a win for the Boilers! Trevion Williams. Bucket.
We just executed. I kind of knew that everybody knew the ball was going to me, so I just kind of wanted to take my time with it. We wanted to get him off guard. I started out screening to the opposite corner, and then I came back to the rim, and we got a couple wraparound screens, and I just came back to the ball and got to my floater. So we just executed the play well.
It's about us winning. Hey, good team win. Let's build off of it.
Man, does it feel good? That pizza tasted different today. Great team win. Making big contributions. It's on to the next. We're going down south.